To be a colder game than it was 20, 30 years ago.
Penn coming off of a thrilling overtime victory for the third time in a row, 13-12 over St. Joseph's, and that seems to be the magic number for those two teams.
You know, Joe, we say this a lot to the viewers, but the face-offs today, these are very evenly matched teams, Penn and Villanova, and this game will have huge implications for the playoffs. Watch out for the face-off situation to see how that impacts the course of the game. It's going to be a big deal.
Villanova will control first here. Physical play already hell for Penn.
Yeah, and those are the kind of guys that make your season, right? The guys that maybe aren't your frontline, quote-unquote, superstar players that find ways to score goals. They pick up ground balls. They strip people of the ball. Those other plays from the other guys, that's how you win and lose in lacrosse in a lot of cases. But so far, it's been a very controlled tempo by both teams, actually. And you've got both goalies playing well. So to your point, each goal becomes that much more magnified and much more important because it doesn't look like we're going to get into a track meet type shootout.
Ethan Costanzo was held on that would have been face-off win. Now just give the victory to the freshman.
Mistakes, right? You can't make those little tiny. You got to have your discipline and your fundamentals at all times.
Oh, and that goes back to the Shipley crease violation. Not a big deal on its own, but if there's another little mistake that gets made, there we go.
Couldn't have said it better.
Look at this pressure from Villanova battling for this face-off.
Lacrosse, it was not a Herculean period for either team where anyone distinguished themselves. They played good defense, and their goalie made some nice stops. So if you're Villanova, you're not playing the greatest lacrosse of your life, but you're winning 2-1, and you got your sea legs underneath you.
Costanzo. Assist, first of the year for Gavin Durham, the senior from Germantown Academy. Another face-off win for Coppola.
Yeah, the penalty on Penn, right? These little things, the little mistakes are adding up. Penn needs to win this face-off to get themselves get back into possession.
Costanzo able to do that for Penn. Here comes Arnold. Frazier picks up the assist, but Villanova with a hot start against Penn. Offensively and defensively, you just get the impression that things are working out the way that Villanova wants them to. Penn, a little discombobulated on offense, inconsistent at face-off X, and then defensively, that he's done. A guy who is a lead-by-example type guy. Doesn't really call himself a fiery, rah-rah, let's-go kind of guy, as there's another turnover that's forced. But sometimes, especially in circumstances like this, George, it seems like that kind of might be needed from your best player.
Villanova playing very good defense, so it's really impressive.
Villanova outshooting Penn pretty handily. 12 first-half Penn turnovers, probably the story of it for the Quakers, as Villanova will possess to begin this second half. Frazier picks up his 9th for the Wildcats. Penn looking to get things going here. Awarded the ball here, and 6:10 left, third quarter action. Villanova clinging to a 1-goal lead, but Penn has been coming on strong with George Corrigan. Joe Torti here with you. Another big face-off here, won by Penn. Well, temporarily, Villanova able to take this on. Ball being competed for, scooped up. Campbell has numbers. A shot wide of Carroll. Struggle here to close out the Philly 4 Classic at Franklin Field. And this is for the de facto championship. Not sure that there is one that's awarded, but this is being competed for the Farrell Cup as well. So plenty on the line between these two.
It was a penalty against Penn. He grabbed the Villanova face-off guy.
So Nova takes possession here, already leading by.
between the two teams playing for, the right to be the king of the hill in Philadelphia. We got a good game on our hands, Joe.
Hard to complain about what we've seen so far. Brand new game at 6.
I thought he moved early. Yeah, he did move early. It looked like he guessed when the whistle was going to blow and move.
It's so funny. You were talking about it exactly as it was happening. Lull them to sleep with passes around the perimeter before Hanley uses that vision, dumps it in, and Penn with a 7-6 lead.
This is an extra man face-off for Penn, and they had B.J. Farrar here just here on the wing by himself. Penn, though, is guilty of pushing from behind, which will then create a loose ball for Villanova, and they'll get possession. And one assumes they'll probably kill out the penalty from here. So had Penn 4. Now all of a sudden it's 8-6 Penn.
19 saves for Carroll on the afternoon.
Nice pickup by Villanova.
Camizio pushing it ahead.
Possession. It's going to be a really, really competitive game going down the track.
Don't forget Chris Arceri, one of Penn's face-off specialists, out with an injury. But the face-off win for Ethan Costanzo. The huge face-off here. Won by Villanova.
That's a big face-off win for Villanova. To your point a second, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, if Villanova wins the face-off, the game's pretty much over because, Penn would either have to foul them or take the ball away from them. Villanova could just throw a 9-iron into the corner. So, for Villanova, they win the face-off, they win the game. For Penn, they get their shot if they can win this face-off.
Ethan Costanzo is in there. Face-offs 11-8 in favor of Villanova. Really good job done by Justin Coppola. Coppola trying to get one more to salt this away for Villanova.
I hope nobody moves her. I hope it's a good, clean face. No!
And a flag down. It's Villanova's ball.
Did he call Penn for going early? I didn't see what happened there. Did Penn go early, Joe?
That is the signal.
And I guess he's gone early multiple times, hence causing a foul.
That's the third. So timeout called by Penn with 27.3 seconds left. Villanova with a 1-goal lead, and unless something goes nightmarishly wrong for them, they're going to escape Franklin Field with the win.
Yeah.